All right, good morning, boys and girls. Today, let's see if they can get the camera to focus on my hand here. There we go. I'm going to talk to you about how to tell time on a clock. So it's going to be a little weird because you're looking at me kind of from the side. So let me see. I'm going to try this as best as I can. I'm going to make a circle for the clock. Okay? And then we're going to go ahead and put in the middle. All right. So when we are telling time on the clock, let's make this be the top of our clock and this be the bottom of our clock from the way you're looking at it. And so this would be 12, right? And then this would be 6. All right, so when we're talking about half of our clock, when we're talking about something is in half an hour, we're going to go ahead and divide our clock in half. Okay, so if this, let's say it was 5 o'clock, our minute hand would be pointing up, and wait till you see my fancy minute hand. I wanted to show you guys could literally do this just out of anything that you have. So I have this little 1 tablespoon measuring cup. So this is going to be my minute hand. The minute hand is always longer, so it's going to go all the way up to the 12. I'll let you see the 12. And then my hour hand is going to be just this tiny little bag tie, and I'm going to have that go towards the 6. Let's say it's 6 o'clock. Okay, and then if it's half past 12, it would look like this. And so there we know our clock is cut in half for the half hour and then for the hour. Then we're going to cut it again. This time I'm going to grab a different color marker and we're going to cut it into fourths. So now, or quarters. So now if I say something is quarter past or quarter to, okay, so this is 12, this is our 3, where our 3 is, this is where our 6 is, then this is where our 9 is. So if the minute hand is at the 9, it is quarter to, quarter before or quarter to. And if it is at the 3, it is quarter past. Okay? All right. Then, if this is where my 12 is, this is about where my 1 is. And I want you guys to make your own clocks at home, just like I'm doing. They don't have to be perfect. It's okay. I want you to practice a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 10 and 11. There we go. So now we have all of the marks for where our hand would be to help out us to be able to tell what time it is. So here's my hour hand, and if it's at the 12, right, we know that it's 12 o'clock. Now, what we don't remember sometimes, we'll just do time to the hour on this one, is that anytime that hour hand is inside of this house right here, this space between the 12 and the 1, it's still 12 o'clock until it gets right to the 1. Okay? Then, anytime it's inside of this, because I drew it kind of badly, this is the house where the 1 would live. So it is 1 o'clock even if the hour hand is pointing like that, because the hour hand is going to move with the minute hand. So if the hour hand, I said I was just going to do the hour hand right now, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do the minute hand. If my hour hand is pointing right at the 1, that means my minute hand is pointing right at the 12. Okay? As my minute hand moves around the clock, my hour hand moves around the clock too. So my minute hand is going to go all the way around in 1 hour. Okay? My hour hand is going to go from the 1 all the way to the 2 in 1 hour. So my hour hand is going to move much slower. Okay? And my minute hand is going to go faster. So if it is about halfway between the 1 and the 2, where do you think the minute hand would be? Yeah, the minute hand would be right here. That would be like half past 1 or 1:30. Okay. So that's where for my hour hand to be where the 1, if it's 1 o'clock, then until it hits this 2 right here, and then it's going to be 2 o'clock, right? So from here to here, it's 2 o'clock. Again, on a clock, this would all be even. I probably should have measured it all out and made it even, but you get it. So here's 2 o'clock, and it's going to go from 2 o'clock, and it's going to move all the way down to the 3 until it's 3 o'clock. And then here from 3 o'clock to 4, okay? So if it's right here, it's still 3 o'clock until it gets all the way to the 4. And like I said, you're going to have to watch your minute hand too. So if my hour hand is almost to the 4, my minute hand is probably way up here. It's probably getting closer to the o'clock, right? So this would be 4 o'clock. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and color in. So let's go ahead and color in our clock. So we've got all of our little times. You should have actually learned this when you were in 1st grade, but it's hard to remember from that long because that was a while ago. I'm just going to go ahead and color. So each of these little things is the spot where it's still that time. So if it's 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock all the way until it gets to the 7. If it's 7 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock all the way until that hour hand gets to the 8. It's 8 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock until it gets all the way up to that 9. Even if it's almost closer to the 9 than it is to the 8. Same thing over here. The 9 to the 10. And then the 10 to the 11, and then the 11 to the 12. Okay, and then I'm going to write a couple things. So this, at the top, this is the 1 hour, right? And when we get to the top, we say it's o'clock. It's 5 o'clock, okay? When we get to the 3, it's going to be quarter past, quarter after, or quarter past. When we get to the 6, this is the half. It's going to be half past. When we get over here to the 9, I'm going to draw myself an arrow. I ran out of paper over there. It is quarter. Now, there's 1 quarter left of our clock for the hands to go around, right? This is a quarter. This was a big pizza pie. This would be 1 quarter. This would be 1 quarter. This would be quarter. 2 quarters equal a half. 4 quarters are a whole. So if it was here, it would be quarter. It's got to get back up here, so it has 1 quarter to go. So it's quarter 2. Quarter 2. Okay, there we go. So we've got the o'clock, quarter 2, the half past. Okay, so let's see. I want you to tell me what time it is when I'm just showing you with my little hour thingy here. So this is my little, I thought about using this for both. So you could do that. Look, it could be my hour and my minute. But right now, let's just practice doing today. Let's just practice telling time to the hour, okay? And then you can practice more at home if you want. If you want to make a clock, you can make it fancier. You can get some paper and cut out little hands. And then if you have a paper fastener to stick in the middle, that would be perfect. Okay, so we're just focusing on the o'clock. So right now, it is 12 o'clock. I'm going to move it this way. All right, what time is it? You should have said it's 10 o'clock. Can you tell where it's pointing? What time is it? Good, 7 o'clock. My clock hand is not very good. All right, what time is it? If you said 4 o'clock, you were right. All right, so we'll just tell time to the hour today. That was a lot of information about 1/4 to, 1/2 past, o'clock, 1/4 past. Make a clock today. I know you have time. Make a clock. You just need paper. Find something to use as your hour. And just practice telling time to the hour. If you get really good at it and you want to practice, here's some telling time at different with the minute hand, okay? So I'd start with the minute hand. Just start with the minute hand pointing at these. How about this? Let's go through it real quick. That way you can practice, okay? When we count by minutes on our clock, each of these is going to be worth 5. So then we're going to skip count by 5 to tell time by trying to pick a color that would be good and bright. Okay, so this is 0 when we're telling time by the minutes. So that's 0. This is 5, 10. Then what would this be? Good, 15, 20. Amazing. 25. 6 would be, 6 would be 30. 7 would be 35. For you smart friends out there, figure out how multiplication would help you. So if I know 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is, 5 times 3 is 5 times 7. Okay, so this would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, oh my goodness, 55, and we go back to 0. Some people like to say 60, because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, right? So, there you go. You can practice then, telling time to the minute. You can go, okay, Aura Ace, what time is it? It is, we don't say 0, we'd say 12, and then what would this be? It's 1/4 past 12, good job, or 12:15, good. All right, now what time is it? It's 12:25. All right, so now you can practice telling time to the hour and to the minute, and I want somebody at home to quiz you. All right, have fun. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.